What's up, guys? Matthew getting ready to watch episode 1133 of One Piece. We are still continuing this phenomenal Kuma backstory. It's been so good, it's been so emotional, and I know that it's gonna keep increasing, you know what I mean? We've still got, Bonnie and this sickness, I forget the name of it, I'll relearn it very quickly. But Vegapunk's obviously gonna join the fray at some point. We're gonna see him. Oh, dude, there's so much stuff, and this show is good, man. This show is so good. I'm ready to hop into it. You guys know me. I'm gonna yap a lot throughout the episode. I'm gonna yap a lot at the end, so no need to keep you guys waiting. If you guys like the video, please drop a like and leave a comment. It really helps me out. I've got the full-length reactions up on Patreon. I have the full-length reactions to the entirety of the Egghead arc if you're interested in them. So go check that out. It's $7 a month. And if you enjoy the content that I make for the channel, I would really appreciate it if you subscribed. Again, it really does help me out. Let's get in episode 1133. God damn, my man. Why did we not permanently deal with this guy? Kuma is genuinely, I've watched a lot of this show. Obviously, 1,100 episodes plus. He might just be the greatest man to ever exist. Above Luffy, dare I say above Luffy. God damn, is this Usopp and Yasop's ancestor? What is that thing? They just keep getting weirder and weirder. Yo! 4 or 5. Just to send a little bit of a message. Oh man, oh my god. He's a demon. You know who I am. I ended your ass 15 years ago. Well, I got locked up and Dragon did it for me, but that's the same thing. This is where that propaganda comes in that he was a tyrant. Stop! I'm not gonna cry. Stop trying to make me cry. This music? What are you gonna do? What do you think you're gonna do to me? Oh, he whipped out the classic pistol throw. Grab by the throat. Send him to the bottom depths of Impel Down. Country bumpkin. God, Jesus. Solo Revolution. Some stupid ass names in this show sometimes. Look, I love Kuma and he doesn't have a problem with it, but this man is being used. How old is she? Did she get the fruit? Because she does not look less than 12, because I'm doing the math, she has to be 12 years old. She's 9?
Huh?
Did she accidentally eat it? Well, this is a surprise. Maybe she doesn't have a fruit. Maybe this is like a Luffy situation where it's not Luffy still ate a fruit. He just ate a different fruit than he originally thought. But maybe it's like a side effect of her power. Maybe it's bloodline related. Holding her up like a cat. Bulldog. Whoa, just the first time learning about you. Okay. Damn, this is... Mother? Did we not... How did we not lock his ass? Yo, Kuma is a bum for this. He can secretly teleport back into the church. That's fine. Did he pick up the wrong one? That's a funny gag. Yeah, but Beckery is just gonna retake back control and do the same exact shit. I thought you were part of the Revolutionary Army, buddy. You don't know how simple fucking politics work? What, you think you beating him is gonna bring him back to the good side with the power of friendship? Come on now. Just wipe them all out. So if he's been labeled a tyrant king, I would assume that Dragon and Ivankov are gonna come back to visit him. Just to check up on him. Fucking Luffy over here. What is that? Oh my god. Eyes? Is this the third eye? No. Maybe? No? I was gonna say the third eye tribe or something like that. I forget when they were wiped out. The exact timeline of that. Man, I wish we went to some of these places. Is that the... Oh, wow. Jesus. Oh, he went to Tequila Wolf. We're gonna have to find Vegapunk. I don't know if you can just stumble. I don't know if you're allowed to just walk on an Egghead, but... Or Punk Hazard. That should be the timeline. Hey! We just randomly stumbled upon each other? Man, Kuma really did no, like, obviously I don't blame him at all, but Kuma really did no heavy lifting in the origins of the Revolutionary Army. I can't... God damn! Okay. Dragon really did everything, but he's also doing nothing, if that makes any sense. Aww. Perfect fit! I got goosebumps! Got an answer? Okay, he's the one who... Yep. Okay. Thank you, Dragon. I mean, if anyone can, it'll be him, Hiruluke, or Kureha, but... Morley is so big. My boy. Wow, that might have been the best dragon scene in the entire show. I don't know. Gave me goosebumps. Did you still be wander in? Saunter in? Don't grab my... Ew! Get off of me! Stop grabbing my hips like that. Look at your face. That's a great shot. An easy fix. How is this not known? Are the government keeping this secret too? Did they infect people with sapphire scales on purpose? Damn! Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa! Yeah, I was gonna say, Kuma, you should be a little more protective of this information. Ah, you asshole. Tell me. That's it? The deal with the devil, essentially. I thought it said to defeat the racists. I was like, okay. No. Kuma, come on. You obviously are against the army. Or the military. The Marines. Jesus. You know they're not going to be used for 100% good. Jesus, he's so scary. Oh, you gonna twist his hand? Go visit? Oh my god, taking advantage of this poor man. He's kind of stupid, but... The narrator pops up. We know what happened. Okay, that was episode 1133 of One Piece, another phenomenal one. I think that my favorite scene of the episode was the dragon conversation. Again, I don't want anyone to misunderstand what I'm saying, but certain characters like Dragon, Shanks, Mihawk, characters like that, like I think in my opinion are a little... or have been a little overrated. Like, people have them on their list of like the top 5 greatest characters in fiction. I've seen a couple people have them, and I just don't understand that because they're barely in the story. Yeah, they're cool, but they're barely in the story. So when you finally get to see, you know, for me, you know, some of the Shanks and Kid stuff and the Shanks and Ryukyu stuff in recent episodes comparative to the fact that it's an 1,000 episode show. I started to really like Shanks. Mihawk. I didn't give 2 craps about Mihawk until Cross Guild. And I really enjoyed this Cross Guild stuff. His little... I love the relationships and the dynamics with Crocodile and Buggy. But also Dragon. Again, Dragon is one of those characters whom I don't care about. And you know, a lot of people make jokes that like... of how he's a bum and all that because he hasn't really done anything. And everything he does is off screen. But to be quite honest, while that is a negative, I just think that's a sort of a weak point for writing in general, anime writing, and specifically One Piece in the sense of, you know, Luffy's the main character. Nothing really major is going to happen unless Luffy's spearheading it, you know what I mean, or involved in it somehow, or, you know what I mean? So I don't really like to look at and say like, oh, Dragon's a bum, Dragon's a fraud, because no, Dragon is obviously built up as the army's or the Marines' greatest enemy. Just the story, the plot doesn't allow him to do anything because Luffy has to do it. So I don't think of anything like that. But he does have barely any scenes in the show. You know what I mean? He gets essentially nothing. So thinking back to the beginning of Egghead with his conversation with Vegapunk that was spoken about by Shaka, and this scene right there, it's made me really like him. I'm not saying like top 10, top 20, top 75. I'm not saying that. He's not a top 75 One Piece character for me. But I've been given goosebumps a couple times. And, that's the strength of One Piece and Oda's writing, in my opinion. They could genuinely... I don't think I've ever seen... And I'm not saying Oda's the greatest writer of all time, because I quite honestly, I don't think that he is. But In terms of emotion, I think that Oda is the only author who could genuinely, next episode could be about literally any other character. It could be about any other character. I'm talking, it could be about, obviously some of these guys I've had flashbacks about, but it could be about Frankie, it could be about Arlong, it could be about Caribou, okay? It could be about any character in the entire of the verse. Oda could make me cry somehow. He could write it so that I could cry. And like, you know what I mean? And obviously I'm in the midst of an amazing emotional flashback with Kuma, and it's been amazing. But like I'm saying, like Oda could do that to any character. Any character. So with Saturn, I don't know. I don't know if Saturn's just gonna like come over and take over and, you know, sort of spearhead the operation. And you know, obviously at some point Vegapunk is gonna do like a backdoor key or whatever. But it's another. I do wonder how Bonnie escapes, because Bonnie has to escape somehow. I'm very interested. I am very interested, and I'm very interested about Bonnie's power. I think that's my main sort of takeaway or question, because I don't think that it's a devil fruit. I've never, in the history of the show, you know, tell me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I don't think there's ever been a situation like that before, where a character just randomly happens upon, or like randomly they have powers and everyone knows, did they eat a devil fruit? What happened with this? I don't think she ate a devil fruit. I think that I don't. Man, I'm thinking here, because obviously Bonnie isn't biologically Kuma's child, so it's not anything to do with Buccaneer blood. It could be a side effect of the Sapphire Scales. Maybe the Sapphire Scales in contact with someone with Buccaneer blood. It happens to some power. Someone from Ginny's bloodline. So that's something too, that, you know, Ginny, like with any character in One Piece, you know what I mean? They can introduce a character and then fuck 400 episodes later, oh, this person actually had a secret bloodline. You know, it could be that. It could also be whoever Kuma's actual biological father is. I say Bonnie, or yeah, Bonnie's biological father. Obviously, it's a celestial dragon. Again, I don't really know that many. I know Fairland Garling. He's a holy knight though, so I don't know if there's any like fucking Game of Thrones Kingsguard where you have to swear to celibacy. I don't know if there's anything like that. And then the other ones are like, it's not going to be Charlos, or Miosgard is alive at this point, but he's dead in modern times, so I don't think that would be relevant to the story. So I don't know. It's very interesting, and also just in general, the Buccaneer blood thing. I would assume, okay, maybe it's not the like exact same thing, but I would assume Buccaneer blood is very similar to like the Will of D, in the sense of like enemies of the army, or the I keep wanting to say army, the Marines, the world government, you know, enemies in that, and they wipe them out, and you know, so I don't know if that gives them like actual powers or anything like that. It's Buccaneer too. I think I looked up what Buccaneer meant. I think it meant warrior or something like that. I don't know. You know, obviously with the obsession with Nika, I don't know if like Buccaneers like warriors of the sun or something like that. I don't know. I do not know. But again, all this stuff talk about, you know, Buccaneer blood and Kuma and all that. Obviously, Bonnie doesn't have that. Bonnie doesn't have that blood in her. So what were those powers? Again, because they're not gonna, in my opinion, it's 100% not a devil fruit, because I think that you know what I mean? Like, what a weird piece of writing for Oda to mysteriously have someone gain powers and everyone go, oh, did she eat a devil fruit? Did she eat a devil fruit? And then what? In 10 episodes, we're gonna get a flashback of her just finding a devil fruit secretly and eating it? No, it would have to be something sort of like a hidden power or something like that. I don't know though. I do not know. Man, I made a joke about it in the beginning of the episode, but Kuma is genuinely so pure, and he's obviously in a rock and a hard place. And when I question, well, first of all, he's stupid for the shit with Beckery. I just think it's classic. Well, I don't know, because even when with Kuma blowing up those 3 ships right there, I bet Beckery's still alive, because that's just One Piece. That's Oda, and I think that's a slight negative of the writing, is that, you know, refusal to kill anybody. And I know people are gonna go, they just killed Jenny. There was a blatant refusal to kill people, and that's fine. But it does create some problems writing sometimes. But I don't know. He's obviously a pacifist, but he still fights people. But when it comes to the idea of, you know, giving these robots, he's obviously in a rock and a hard place. He has to do it no matter what to save his daughter, so he's gonna do that. But I am a little disappointed with the mindset of like, no, look, don't get me wrong. He trusts Dragon, who trusts Vegapunk, and Vegapunk we know is a good person at heart. But even still, I feel like if you're signing over your body and your DNA to, you know, make robotic armies for the world government is going to use them in whatever way they want to. So it's not a good scenario if you ask me. But I think that's gonna be it. Again, another phenomenal episode. I'm very excited. I don't know. It's also scaring me too. It feels like we're in overtime. I talk about this every week. You know, there is an episode of One Piece every week, but they do tend to sort of skip 1 week, skip this, skip that. So I hope that there's an episode next week. If there's not, there won't be a video next week. But if there is, I'll see you guys next week. Obviously, if you guys liked the video, please drop a like and leave a comment. It really helps me out. I've got the full-length reactions up on Patreon, and by now I'm already like I said, I have the entirety of Egghead up on Patreon, and if you're watching this in the future, I have all the future episodes of Egghead. So like I said, $7 a month. And if the final thing, if you enjoyed the content that I make for the channel, I would really appreciate it if you subscribed. Again, it really does help me out. I'll see you guys hopefully next week. You guys have a good one.